Happy Sunday, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for our weekly recap of, I was about to say The Real Housewives. Nope. Ladies Who List Atlanta. As you know, we've been recapping this show for the last 8 weeks. Yes, last 8 weeks, we've been recapping this show. And we've told you, we've been very critical. And I believe they even took our advice on utilizing Tamika Ray. And I loved her in this reunion too. Come on, keep using her. Carlos King, you might want her for the Love and Marriage Huntsville. No, okay. Huntsville, we will keep with Messy Carlos. However, for DC, because Tamika is from that area, from what I hear, according to sources, bring her for the DC reunion. And when she's there, you guys can thank me. I know I made other suggestions, but I like Tamika's style, and I think she would do a fantastic job as the Love and Marriage DC host. Okay. All right. But we'll break all this down. You guys will call in and share your thoughts as well. But before we do any of that, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share this video on your Twitter, on your Instagram. Be sure that you're following me on my social media, because so many of you hit me up and say, I didn't even know you were on Instagram. I didn't know you were on Twitter. Well, last night I had a whole Ladies Who List Atlanta thread where I was talking about all of what I wanted to talk about. Okay. All right. Let me take a sip. All right. I see some of you did not like the host. It's okay. A lot of times people don't like the host, but I enjoyed her. So, but here, no matter what, you guys are able to have a differing opinion. We do not judge each other. And you can call in and explain why you didn't like Tamika or why you did love Tamika. I will, of course, tell you my thoughts on the reunion. And honestly, the reunion for me was far better than those last few episodes. Hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday. If you didn't know already, we just posted a new video talking about Erica Jane from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and alleged money issues. And is homegirl behind on rent? Be sure to check out that video if you haven't already after the live. I've also posted and pinned to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel our live for later tonight when we recap Kandi and the Gang. Of course, we will be doing our watch party of Kandi and the Gang on TikTok, exclusively TikTok. Head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. That's where we are live now. That's where you'll be able to see some of the things that I'm posting there, and I'll be able to see your comments a lot easier there. We're also live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, the Kempire on Twitch and Twitter. Be sure to follow me there if you haven't already. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Don't forget, I've also posted on our community tab exclusively on YouTube our new Discord, our Team Kempire Discord, where you're able to get notifications and whatnot. I haven't put out a notification just yet. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we now have that Discord. I'll post the link to the Discord in the description of this video a little bit later on so you all can join. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do it now. Hold on, y'all. Dun, 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 dun. All right, trying to do too much at the same time. Guys, while I'm doing this, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share the video. Don't forget to show some love to each other. And definitely show love to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Tonight's Kandi and the Gang live chat will be members only. We are bringing that back. Of course, that's not included in the membership. It's just something that we do every once in a while here on the channel. And members, there will be a backstage link posted on the community tab before anyone else. So shout out to our Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a Team Kempire or Royal Court member, head on over to teamkempire.com. Let me just get this Discord link so I can post it here for you guys. Here we are. So let's get people in the Discord. Here we go. All right. Let's get into this reunion. So some of you already have been reacting to the host. Look, the host is an important part of the reunion. However, that's not what we're really there for. We're really there for the ladies unpacking everything that happened throughout the season. And as you know, on social media throughout the season, I've been talking about it, tweeting about it. And some of the ladies have tweeted back. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Kira. And some of the ladies have, of course, been here on the show. So if you've missed our interviews with Crystal or Tiana, who was noticeably absent, but as you know, when you saw Tiana here on my platform, she said she's not a part of it. She's done. Okay. But before we get into what happened at the reunion, can we just talk about the fashions? Can we just talk about the fashions? Okay. I want to know in the live chat and on TikTok, if you watch Ladies Who Lives Atlanta, I want to know who was your best dressed and who was your worst dressed. For me, I honestly, because I'm so used to Real Housewives reunions, I felt as if Robin really came and brought it. I loved her hair. I loved her makeup. I loved the color. I loved the outfit. I thought she gave me the best look and the best reunion look. But we also have to remember, this is a real estate reality show. You know, this is not the Real Housewives. This is what makes them different. And I feel like the other ladies kind of understood that in some level. And they said, oh, you know, I want to give something a little different. I'm going to give you a little suit, but I'm going to give you a little, you know, fashion at the same time. Ebony, as I look at the photo, I was like, okay, I agree. Ebony says the host was the worst dressed. Robin was best dressed. Y'all really coming for Tamika today? Poor Tamika. This is what you have to deal with, though. This is what you have to deal with when you are the reunion host. And don't ask me to host this sucker, because there's no way in the hell I would have put up with some of the things that Robin said and did during this reunion. Okay? But then y'all would have been like, oh, hear this man yelling at. I wouldn't yell. I don't yell. But you know what I'm saying. Claire says Robin, Tiana, Tiffany brought it. And they were on the same couch. They were on the same couch. I didn't mind Tiana's outfit. I kind of wish we had seen them stand up. You know, of course, we get the reunion looks for Real Housewives beforehand, and we get to, you know, really unpack it. We didn't get that for this. They literally, after my interview with Crystal, they must have did the reunion like right after. I'm not sure, but it was pretty quick. It was definitely pretty quick. Exactly. Jamoy, I apologize. Says they did not dress for a show. Only Robin. Let me see. Yes, I agree, Nelly. The color on Crystal was beautiful. And you know, we've been very critical of Crystal over the season. Where's my Crystal picture? Not that picture. Hold on, y'all. I know I have the Crystal picture. Please hold as I pull this in. This color on her was gorgeous. We're going to unpack what Crystal's reunion situation, though. But right now we're talking about the fashion of the Ladies Who Lives Atlanta reunion, season 1 reunion. I think they're going to get another season. I think they deserved another season. The fact they even got a reunion says, oh, we're probably going to get another season. They're probably going to shake it up. I do see Robin coming back. She needs to come back. Amy says, I like the suits. And I get it. I honestly like Kira's suit, because Kira gave us a suit, real estate, you know, professionalism, and at the same time, she gave us fashion. Her hair, makeup looked great. I was trying to figure out what her earring said. Can you guys let me know? Because I'm sure you are familiar. I was like, what does her earring say? Or was that just squiggly lines? I don't know. But I love the color on Crystal. I loved Crystal's hair and makeup, but we've loved Crystal's look. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. Okay? Her big mane. Yes, Leo. So I loved all of that from Crystal, but everything else from Crystal this episode, this reunion, was a lot. It was a lot, but we'll break that down in just a second. And I guess people believe that the host was the worst dressed. Damn. I'm sorry, Tamika, but I have to agree with them. I think the color's pretty on you. I don't love the dress, though. I don't love the dress. I do like her hair and makeup, though. I'm still rooting for Tamika. Leave Tamika alone, y'all. She is just the host. I feel like the host of anything is always criticized so much more harshly than anyone else. But it is what it is. Let me see what you guys are saying about the fashion. Okay, Southern Girl says Kira looked gorgeous. Yeah, I loved her. I love the short hair on Kira. I think I prefer the short hair on Kira than anything. Foxy says, love Robin. She is gold. She's TV gold. Oh, Garen says Crystal equal crocodile tears. I wanted to talk about that, but we will get there. Don't rush ahead of me. Okay. Jasmine says it's Tanika. Is it Tanika Ray or Tamika Ray? I don't know. We will learn. We will learn. Okay. Gabrielle says no, Kempire. Everything is bad for. Tay says Tiana's makeup. Her makeup looked great. I'm not too sure about the outfit, but she also was giving me, I'm going to give you a little bit of a suit, but I'm also going to give you fashion. I don't know if I loved it, but I did love how she turned up at this reunion. I did love that. Yes. Garen says Crystal's Tiffany teal, gorgeous. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I think we all can agree with that. Foxy says the pink dress was fab. Don't hate. Ooh. I love how everyone has a different opinion in our live chat. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, of course, we are talking on our Kempire Daily YouTube channel, TikTok. If you want to see what everyone else is saying there, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. I did see someone ask a question. Juicy says, why was Kiana not there? If you watched my interview with Kiana here on YouTube, then you saw that if there was a reunion, she already said that she wasn't going to do a reunion. She said she was not going to do a reunion. So I did not expect her. Of course, at the top of the reunion, they do address that. And I do see when Kira's talking about why Kiana decided not to do the reunion, Robin, I love the fact that they kept on capturing Robin's face because she was throwing all kinds of shade at Kira. They get into it during this, so much so that Robin ends up getting up and walking off the set. She understood the assignment. She knows this is what people do in reality shows. I could not be the host, though. I could not be the host of this. This would have been, I would be like, where are you going? Nobody told you could take a break. But then y'all would have hated me too. It's like, why are you talking to her like that? Okay. It is what it is. Okay. So we already talked about the fashion. The ladies talk about why Kiana wasn't there. At one point, Tamika said, when they're talking about Kiana, and I have to agree, Kiana, I kind of wish you did at least the reunion. I understand why you don't want to do another season of the show, but I kind of wish you would have done the reunion so that people aren't able to tell your story without you responding, especially because you were such an important part of the season. And our interview, our unplanned interview, I think it's like over 60,000. I think it's over 60,000 views. People really connected with Kiana more so than Crystal. My interview with Crystal, although it did well, it didn't do that well. Just saying. I think people really connected with Kiana, and she didn't even show her face in that interview. Just saying. What's going on, Millicent? It's okay. It's okay. You could be a part. Maybe when there's a new season, the show will be available worldwide. Who knows? Who knows? But if you're just joining us, this is a new show on OWN called Ladies Who List Atlanta. We even got a tweet from the executive producer. She's like, let us know who's hot in New York. They want to expand this show, and I want them to do it. But as we said throughout these last 8 weeks, they need to give us more real estate. In the reunion, they do show us some never before seen scenes from the show. None that I was like, oh my God, but it was nice to see. I still would have liked to see more real estate, but whatever. Okay. Jasmine says Kiana is being dramatic. Oh, damn it. Tony wants to say, who's Tanika? I don't know if it's Tanika or Tamika at this point. I thought it was Tamika Ray. Thank you, Brunel. Le Brunel. She says 67K views on my Kiana interview. It was a great interview and unexpected. It was unexpected. And I think a lot of people connected with Kiana. And I think that would have been a great way for Kiana to kind of close that chapter. But, look, her life, she decided she didn't like the direction of where the show was going. And honestly, those last few episodes were really bad. But I'm kind of glad they did have a reunion because I felt like the reunion was really good. Can we all agree? Was the reunion really good? Let me see. I did post in there we go. I did post in our YouTube chat. I wanted to know what you guys thought in regards to how you would rate this reunion. And at first, 7 to 10, everyone was saying, yeah, it was a great reunion. But now overwhelmingly, you are all in the middle of giving this reunion between a 4 and a 6, which isn't bad, which isn't great either. Okay, at 47%, all you're saying it was rated between a 4 and a 6. Okay, and that's with almost 200 votes. Okay, all right. Oh, so it is Tanika. Thank you, love Starlet. She says Tanika Ray is a media personality, one of the early ones that rocked her natural curls. Yes, I like her. I just wanted to make sure I was calling her the right name. Unapologetically me says, Kempire, I told you Robin was unstable for reality TV. I seen some colorism going on against Crystal. Really? I saw people accusing Tiffany of that, and she actually addressed that. And I was like, I didn't see that with that, but I don't know. There's been a lot of things going on in regards to Robin's social media that I have not kept up with. But a lot of you have called in and told me, well, she did this on her social media. She was downplaying mental health and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if there was other things that we were seeing, but we shall see. I actually would want to know what Crystal thought on that, to be honest with you. Foxy says, I don't see that. Lady Love says, nope, I don't see that. And the thing is, I don't know if they're talking about things that Robin has said on her social media, because apparently that's a whole other show. And then Kira brings that up during the reunion, and she said, you had a breakdown on IG. And then she was like, that really ticked Robin off. It really ticked Robin off. She was like, don't say that. Don't say that. At one point, she felt that Tanika Ray was being, I forgot what the word she used. Oh, patronizing her. And I was like, Tanika was just saying that, you talk about being yoga and yoga is your centered place. I didn't like how Robin was treating the host. I'm just saying, I didn't like the way she was treating the host, but that's just Robin. So a lot of you don't agree. Joanna says, nah, this is all Crystal. There wasn't any colorism. Foxy says Robin was mad. Antonia says, I don't see that. The criticism of Crystal had nothing to do with colorism. Christina says it too. I didn't see colorism, not to downplay anyone that think there was. Okay. Libra says no colorist, in my opinion. And like I said, I don't know if people are saying that based off of what maybe has been said on social media, but based on the show, I didn't get that vibe. But you never know. You never know. Look at Giselle and Robin proving to us this week that they might have issues with color. If you missed that report, be sure to check out my channel here on Kempire Daily. Tatiana feels differently. Tatiana says there was colorism all through this show. Really? I don't know about that, Tatiana. To say it's all through this show, I don't know, because even when they were accusing Tiffany of this, Kiana was in the comments, was like, no, that is not what the issue was. Kiana was saying this in her comment section. So I don't know. I didn't see it, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there. Just saying. Nelly, thank you so much for the super chat. Nelly says, it was good. Robin is so articulate and can master her communication and what she is feeling. A lot of people can't do that. I mean, she really was impressive. If you were not to bring anyone else back, you would have to bring back Robin, because she is just entertaining to watch. Is she problematic in a lot of ways? We got to hear a little bit more from Tiffany this episode. And I have to say, I like the fact that Tiffany really was the voice of reason during the season. And she was the voice of reason during this reunion. And she had some really powerful moments. Sidebar, why are we not talking about the 10-hour closing? Why was the closing 10 hours with Cardi B? And of all days, Christmas Eve, when she's supposed to be with her family, she's closing with Cardi B? 10 hours? I kind of wish she would explain why. Why 10 hours? I'm just saying. Okay, let me take a sip. Okay, Lady Love says, I'm a dark-skinned woman, and I don't ever compare myself to light-skinned women. Black love. Okay. Lala says, Robin is a no for me. And I get why. Robin is a polarizing figure on the show, but that's what makes for great reality TV. And I loved her speech at the end. I didn't expect that. I was like, okay, preach, Robin. She still wants to move forward with this whole idea of selling Atlanta. And all the ladies subsequently said, okay, we can work on it. But that's, for me, they're just saying that so they can get a season 2. But I'm okay with it. And I kind of like to see the growing friendship between Tiffany and Robin. And I wonder why there is this growing friendship between the two of them, because Tiffany seems so different than Robin. But it was interesting. It'll be interesting. Okay, Philly John says, Robin is entertaining. I like Robin. I don't know if I'm going to say I don't know if I want to say I like Robin. I like her for TV. I like her for TV. Okay. Nora says, I like Robin, but I don't care for her delivery at times. I agree. And Robin did have a moment this episode because she didn't like that Kira kept on saying, first of all, she had a moment about the triggered word. And she said, that's not why I was upset. It wasn't the word triggered that made me upset. It was my friend acting the way that my friend was, and that my friend did not let me know that there were people that had issues with me before the meeting. And I have to agree with her with that. Crystal, if you knew that there were issues, underlying issues, why wouldn't, if that's your best friend, you're not giving your best friend a heads up? Like, girl, they have some issues with you. You may want to meet with them beforehand or get ahead of these issues or have your answers ready. We didn't get to the bottom of the issue with Tiana and Robin because, of course, Tiana wasn't there about, was it a flat $500 or was it $13,000? I don't believe Robin, though. I don't believe Robin. I believe Robin was like, oh, I want $500 a listing. Honestly. Because to me, it just wouldn't make sense. $500 for all those listings? What is that covering? Explain to me what the $500 is covering. You know? Philly says, Tiffany is a calming source for Robin. Tiffany understands Robin's struggles. Okay. Miss Gigi says, Robin can be cold, but she in your face type of chick that some folks can't take. She's good TV. I agree. A shoe says that host, a blogger, would have been a better. Damn, y'all really did not like. For me, the host is not the most important part. You just need a good moderator to get the conversations flowing and to, So, I mean, she wasn't messy like Carlos is for the Huntsville reunion, but I don't think she could be. She doesn't really know these women. She's not a producer. She's just there to really moderate the conversation. Philly says, I don't believe Tiana. Really? All right. Shireen says, I did not understand showing so many never before scenes in the reunion. I think the reason they did that was because of our complaints. All of us have been saying we didn't see enough real estate. There was just too much of copy and paste. I think that was part of the reason. I think they had a lot of stuff that we didn't see and they wanted us to see in this reunion. I thought it was a good reunion. I felt like the reunion was far better than the last couple of episodes. IA says, when do we get to talking about Crystal? Because she's a problem. Okay, we will get to Crystal in just a second because, as you know, anytime reality TV stars are sitting closest to the host or moderator, that means they probably had the biggest issues of the season. And of course, Crystal was on one side and Robin was on the other. Robin had a multiple, I don't want to say breakdowns, but she was accused of a breakdown on IG. And that was the issue that was between Kira and Robin throughout the season. And, we tweeted and Kira tweeted me back about, I said she was being a little immature for not taking the photo. But we find out that, we knew that there was more that happened at this meeting. Well, we find out what one of the things that Robin said to Kira, and I wrote it down. Hold on. Oh, this is what Robin said to Kira during the meeting. She said, how many D's did you have to suck to get where you are? And that's why Kira said she was ready to fight her. Damn. How many D's did you have to suck to get where you are? I mean, that might be fighting words. You know what I mean? Because now you're coming after my credibility as a real estate agent. You're coming after my credibility as a woman. You're coming after my credibility as a person. Tatiana says the women is problematic. I don't know what women you're referring to. Simone says Robin is a businesswoman, gutter snipe. What? Why do we have to go gutter snipe? Yeah. Shay says, yeah, mouth drop on that one. So wrong of Robin. So they had their issues. They had their issues during the reunion, but what really set Robin off is when Kira said that she had a breakdown on social media, so much so that Robin gets up. Like she wanted to fight somebody, and then she walks off the stage because she felt like Tanika Ray was patronizing her. I didn't take it like that, but I can see why she might take it like that. I don't know. Okay. There are also issues with not just Crystal and Robin, but Crystal and Tiana. Tiana says during the reunion that, despite her husband being in the NFL and have all these NFL, friends and things like that, she also says that he didn't put her on. Tiana, I don't want to take away from what you've achieved, but it did seem like, based off what we saw on the show, it did seem like your husband did put you on, because all of your clients, it felt as if these were people within that industry, and that's what some of the other ladies kind of insinuated. Even Crystal, when she was on my platform, and she said that. But I get it. You and Crystal don't see eye to eye. You don't see eye to eye. Philly John says, I didn't like Tanika Ray's response to Robin. Okay. Apologetically Me says, polarizing. Robin is unstable. She will assault someone again eventually. She wanted to hit Crystal on stage. You guys are very passionate about this show this afternoon, depending on where you are. I love it, though. I love when you guys have passion. So when you have this much passion, don't forget to hit that like button. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. This is our final recap of Ladies Who List Atlanta until a new season or a new city. You never know. You never know. I want a new city. Does anyone else want a new city? I want a Ladies Who List new city. Honestly, like I was saying with Love and Marriage Huntsville, once that ends, I need a new city to start, very much like the Real Housewives. And if you're going to do a new city, please take our note. We want to see real estate. Let's talk about the t-shirts. The butts. I appreciate everyone for the cues. I have my notes, but there's certain things that I missed too because I get wrapped up. Okay, I get wrapped up. So as you know, during the season and in my interview, Crystal had the same excuse. I used the wrong word, but Robin kept on saying it had nothing to do with the word. It had to do with you not letting me know about everyone's issues with me, and then you chiming in instead of helping me in those conversations. You were just sort of instigating those conversations. Okay, so I did see the t-shirts. I did see the t-shirts, but I forgot. But I'm glad they brought it up because Crystal decided, no matter if it's going to be, off color, where she's like, I'm always thinking with my business brain. So I'm going to launch a t-shirt. And Robin didn't like the fact that she launched these t-shirts, using the triggered word. I mean, it's a smart business move. I don't know how many t-shirts she sold. The show was actually pretty popular, y'all. I'm actually really happy for them that this show, a new show, was as popular as it was for a new show. And I think it has the potential to be even more popular once they start showing us more real estate. It wasn't popular because of all the drama. It's because people really wanted to see a show with Black women doing real estate. At least that's what I think. I know that's what I watched. Antonia says that was tacky. Jasmine says Chrissy is tacky, child. Like, who does that? Okay. Philly Jones says, who produced the show? Well, the show, I can't remember her name, but I know she's Jamaican. I know she's part Jamaican at least. Producer. She hit me up on Twitter when I talked about, we need to bring the show to New York. So a Black woman. So just saying, show support. Okay, Lala says, yes, Tanika was not an objective host. She played favorites with Crystal. Really? See, this is what's amazing, and this is something that we should always point out and understand, is that everyone views things so differently. Because I honestly did not see that. Maybe if I rewatch it, I'm like, was she impartial to Crystal? We're going to talk about Crystal now. Hold on. I just want to see some of the comments here. Miss Gigi says, Crystal likes to pretend she's tone deaf, but she knows exactly what she's doing. Business my butt, tacky, trifling, no good friend. Okay. Unapologetically me says, I would never talk badly about mental health. Robin is too unstable for TV. She is a good real estate agent, but TV won't work for her mental health. So speaking of mental health, as you know, I did an interview with Crystal. I'm not plugging it, but I'm just bringing up things that came up in the interview. One of the things that she says, and it comes up in this reunion, is that, Robin told me about her depression, but she never told me about her mental health. And of course, we all know that depression is a part of mental health. And even her explanation at the reunion did not really explain to us why she disassociates depression and mental health. I still don't understand what she was saying. I'm like, it's still mental health. And yeah, depression, you may not be depressed every single day of your life, but it can come and go. I have a friend that literally felt fine for months and now depression is back. Okay, so I don't get what Crystal was trying to say or downplay her mental health, but so many of you called in during our recaps and said that, well, it's not just Crystal that's downplaying mental health. It's also Robin on her social media, almost making fun of mental health. I wish that would have came up during the reunion. See, this is why I needed to host. Because I'm like, well, because I was like, producers, we need to get up those videos and things that people saying what Robin is saying on social media. Neither one of them are innocent at this point. Oh, Philly Jones says Crystal was lying. She's a lawyer. Shaking my head. Okay, let's not offend the lawyer. But I get what you're saying. Guys, you know what time it is. I had to bring out my coldest water bottle. If you haven't gotten your coldest water bottle yet, this is a gallon size. Keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours, comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes, but they don't just have water bottles. They have things for your coffee. They have things for your pets. They even have a pillow. Head on over to coldest.com, but don't forget to get 10% off. Use the discount code KEMP10. Again, the discount code is KEMP10, and links are available in the description of this video. Libra says seasonal depression? No. We're not talking about Robin Dixon. We're talking about real depression where people, they feel depressed a certain amount of time and all of a sudden they start to feel a little bit better. But it's not necessarily an everyday thing. But I just didn't understand Crystal's explanation of downplaying Robin's mental health. I didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. But Crystal, as you know, breaks down. And we're body language experts here. We are body language experts. One of the things that we've said, and we said this about Erica Jane. I just posted a video earlier today about Erica Jane apparently having no money. Be sure to check that out. We talked about how Erica Jane did not wipe her tears. She just let it sit there. Well, according to body language experts, they say if you do not wipe your tears, that's intentional. It's so that people can feel sorry for you. I don't want to downplay anything that Crystal shared on the show, especially when it comes to her miscarriage and things like that. But when they gave her the tissue, I expected her to let me grab a tissue. I expected her to at least she went like this, but she wanted that tear to stay. She wanted that tear to stay. Philly Jones says, Kempire, seasonal depression is real. I suffer from it. No, I'm not saying that it's not real, but what I'm referring to here is not necessarily seasonal depression. What I'm referring to is, depression that can come and go. It could be, now, and then a couple of weeks you're fine, and then you're depressed again. Seasonal depression is real. It's scientifically real. But what I'm referring to is not seasonal depression, like when it's wintertime and things like that. So keep that in mind. So as body language experts, I felt like Crystal, those tears. Oh, Libra says, I peeped that too. She took those, she was like that. And I understand makeup. I don't wear makeup. I understand she doesn't want to smudge her makeup. That's another reason, I'm sure. But with that being said, I was like, girl, you could wipe those tears a little bit more than you're doing. You were doing this intentionally. You felt like you were losing control and attention of the situation, and you wanted the attention back on you and for people to feel sorry for you. And it worked. It worked. Common Sense says, Common Sense believes that Tamika downplayed depression also with the yoga comment. Really? Okay. I mean, I can see why people feel that way. I can see why people feel that way. Guys, we are almost at 200 likes. Be sure to, let's get to 200 likes. I'll drop the call-in link so you guys can share your thoughts on the Ladies Who List Atlanta reunion. I just want to say hello to the producers. Hey, I love the fact that they watch. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. It is a subscribers only live chat. Tonight, we will be doing our Candy and the Gang watch party on TikTok at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, and then live here on YouTube at 10:15, 10:20, 10:30, depending when everything's done. Okay, stay tuned for that. Candy and the Gang live recap here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel exclusively, of course. Be sure to subscribe. It is a members only live chat tonight, but the following weekend, we're going to mix it up. It will be subscribers only. So it won't, the first weekend of this, the premiere of Candy and the Gang will be just a members only live chat, but I will be posting the call-in link for you all to call in and share your thoughts on this episode. I'm excited for this Candy and the Gang. I'm not going to lie to you. Just based off of the promo. Okay. Ooh. Broom Bell says, didn't work on me. I was rolling eyes every time Crystal spoke. Damn. IA says Crystal is a manipulative gaslighter. She throws rocks and then cries for sympathy when caught with a rock in her hand. She knows how to cry on demand. I don't believe a word she said. Che says, depression is very taboo in the Black community, so I can see why they downplay it. Thank you so much, Oz Fly Girl. Says, really love you and your channel. Thank you so much. Gito says, aren't y'all happy the Portia show is over? You already know I am. I had a dance party up in here after that ended. But I'm actually excited to see this new show of Candies. I'm not excited to see Candy or anything. I'm excited to see these new characters on reality TV. So stay tuned for that later tonight. Right now, we're talking about Ladies Who List Atlanta reunion. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Miss Gigi says, the way Robin side-eyed Crystal when she was making her victim statement said, girl, stop with the manipulation. I know you. Well, not only does Crystal, start crying, she also shares, which we didn't see coming, that she had a miscarriage. And I loved what Tiffany said to her. See, Tiffany is such a voice of reason. And even though Crystal has been so shady to her throughout the season, she was like, girl, she gave her such uplifting advice. Just because you lost one doesn't mean that you can't have three after that. That is my story. And I loved that. I love Tiffany for that. Okay. Thank you so much, Debbie, for the super chat. Debbie says, Kempire, it's called clinical depression, requires medication and therapy. Robin, with her medical issues, can be exploited for laughs and craziness. She's not good for TV. That's your opinion. We don't know what Robin has been diagnosed with. It might not be clinical depression. I don't know. She didn't divulge. And from what we hear, she's been downplaying that on social media. Hold on. And exactly, Foxy. And one of the things that Kira and Robin were arguing over on social media, well, not on social media, was that Kira said that Robin said this on social media after the first episode: fix this or it might be too late. So she said that she didn't have Robin's number, but she was trying to reach out to her. And then Robin was sort of like, oh, don't say I had a breakdown on social media. A lot of you called in and said that she's been having not breakdowns, but you said that her social media has been very all over the place. And I still, 8 weeks later, did not have an opportunity to check it out. But all of you have been giving me updates, and I appreciate it. Okay. Philly says that Crystal borrowed the infertility issues from Tiana. I don't know. Look, I don't trust anything that came out of Crystal's mouth, to be honest with you. But I also don't want to downplay whatever fertility issues that she may have had. Again, I do wish that Tiana was on the show to kind of talk about a few different things, including that and how it made her feel when Robin brought that up. And I liked how they explained that, us talking about having children, how that affects us, is not mom shaming you. Some people might agree. Some people might not agree. Guys, we have almost 450 people watching. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Let's get to 200 likes. If you've been here almost 40 minutes, you obviously like what you're watching or you hate watching. I don't know why you would do that. But like the video, and I'll post the call-in link for you all to call in and share your thoughts. So there are more things that happen in this reunion. And one of the things that Crystal says, you know, she brings up, and she did this during our interview too. She brings up, you know, her family history. And she's like, I've got beasts blood running through my DNA. And then Tiana was like, well, a beast ain't always good. A beast ain't always good energy. Which I have to agree with her. And I kind of see, you know, based on watching this reunion and basing on the conversation that I had with Crystal, I'm like, she is very strategic. She's also admitted to being very strategic. Simone says Tiana's irritating. Why so? Why do you find her irritating? I mean, I have my reasons, but I want to know yours. I have my own, but I want to know what you guys think. Benene says, oh, I like that name. Benene, right? Says she a lawyer. Damn. Tatiana says preachy. KK says to justify her bad behavior, Crystal, please stop. Stop. She talks crap. You guys have such a strong reaction. Such a strong reaction. This says to me the show was good, that the reunion was good, that you want a second season. I do. I just feel like take the notes that we gave you, producers. We want to see more real estate mixed in with all the drama, and we don't need Crystal bringing up poly parties. I'm glad they didn't bring up the poly party. You notice that? Did they take our notes? We don't care about the poly party. What I would have appreciated was, where are you at with your relationship, Crystal? Are you dating anyone now? Word on the street, she is dating someone now. So I want to, you know, let's get there. Yeah, Gito says, I'm so disappointed Kiana wasn't there. I think she would have been really, really good for it. Really, really good for it. Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl says, Kempire, you are the GOAT. Am I? Thank you. All right, let me drop the call-in link so you guys can call in, because I know you all have a lot to say, which I appreciate. Trust and believe, I do appreciate you all having a lot to say. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. That way you can chat with our listeners. And so you don't miss out on daily and consistent hot topics here on the channel. So let me put, lips are chapped, y'all. All this chat, all this conversation I've been having. So they did have a deeper conversation about motherhood and where they were coming from. Tiana was coming from, where Tiffany was coming from, where Robin was coming from. Do I think that Robin was trying to mom shame, you know, Crystal or Kiana? Honestly, I didn't take that initially, but if you are triggered because you've had issues with infertility or a miscarriage, then I can see why you might be sensitive to that. Okay. All right. We already have quite a few people backstage. So let's get to this, guys. For those that are calling in, let us know who you are, where you're calling from, and please focus on one important part of the reunion so we're able to get to everyone. Okay. All right. Let's get to the callers. Tatiana's backstage. What's going on, Tatiana?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
Good. I'm from Chicago. And my name's Tatiana. I'll try to focus on one thing, because you're right. This show did bring out a lot of passion in me. I don't understand why. Maybe because I'm an attorney too. I don't do real estate, but I don't know. But I'm going to be probably the only caller who believes this, but I do believe there was a lot of colorism going on in this reunion. And I will say that
the reunion or the entire show.
The reunion.
Okay.
You know, I did miss a couple. I watched the majority. I think I missed one. They had the poly party. That was the only episode I missed. Because I wasn't really into that. But I do think the way that especially how viewers take in Robin is all like light skin privilege. I don't care. That's how I feel. Like how everybody is excusing her behavior. Well, you know, she's depressed about this and she has this going on and she has this going on. It's all this benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying don't give Robin the benefit of the doubt, but why are we like cutting Crystal's head off? Like, shouldn't everybody be given grace? Why are we giving Robin so much grace? And this is not to be ageist. It's just to say that Robin has lived longer. You think that she would have come to terms with more things, but she is like the biggest hothead on the stage. Like, but we give her grace, right? And everybody should be given grace. And my last thing is, I do feel like there was mom shaming, right? Like, I have tons of friends who have kids, right? They never say to me, oh, I don't have time for you because I have this. I have to take my kid to this, do this, this, and that. I do understand they have other things going on because they have kids. But the way that it was said, like, she's not even thinking about you because, you know, she got kids and everything else. It's the way that it was said. Everything is not about it's the intention behind how you're saying things, right? You can say, I'm busy. My kid has this going on. That's different than saying, I'm not thinking about you. I have all these things. I got kids. I got a husband. I got all of that. That's when it becomes the shaming element. So that's just how I feel on it. I love you, Kempire. We disagree on this show, but I love you on every single else. We pretty much agree on everything else. So you have a good one.
You too, Tatiana. Thank you so much for calling in. Bye. And look, that is the thing about our platform. And if you've been here since the beginning, or if you've been here the last few months, then you know we welcome your differing opinions. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with the other people having the conversation, but we do it respectfully. You see how Tatiana called in? We don't agree, but we still were respectful and loving on each other, right? Look, right? All right, Mocha, I want to bring you up. What's going on, Mocha?
Hey, Kempire, can you hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, love you. Listen, every time you get a group of Black people together, there's not colorism, okay? People are always thinking that when you get a group of Black people together, we're all different colors. There was no colorism there. Crystal is a snake. She's a villain. And that's just her and who she is. She's a lawyer. She's in a powerful position. She needs to know her position and stop being a blank hole. You know, the poly party was one more thing she threw against the wall to make it stick. It did not work. You know, just like I believe, in my opinion, that was a fake miscarriage along with the fake tears that she had. She needs to stop it. I do not believe she had a miscarriage. And that comes from Mocha Mima. Producers, you can hit me up, Mocha Mima, on all platforms. I'm tired of it. I love Robin. She's crazy. She needs some work. Like, she really needs to stop it. And that was it with me. Like, that, I can't. Next season, please, producers, more properties, less Crystal. Please. Oh. And that's it. Love you, Kempire. Road to 1 million.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Look, again, look, let me put up my little disclaimer. Hold on, y'all. Oof, oof, oof. Just a reminder, the opinions of the callers do not represent myself, Kempire LLC, or Google. I just throw Google in. They got their own lawyers. All right, we're going to take some more callers. Amy's backstage. What's going on, Amy?
Hey, Kempire.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Hey, hey, Kempire, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm calling from the DMV. I have to rate this episode but it's reunion I said a 7, so it went up for the 7 to 10. I'm sorry, this is like one thing I would have to say. I love Crystal's skin. Ooh, I'm so jealous of her. She looked so good last night.
You say that every time you call in.
I know. I was like, I just love her, but then I have to criticize her after this point. I do think that she kind of drummed up the whole tears thing, because I noticed that one tear was still across her makeup line. And I was like, why don't you just wipe that off? And she just was like, I'm stuck. I was like, Crystal, stop. What I noticed with her pacifying her poor behavior as being a hereditary trait from her family's go-getter back, that took me. I was like, Crystal, as pretty as you are, you got to give something better than that. You were doing undercut, horrible, evil things, and then turn around like, why don't no one like me? I'm like, there you have it. You know that you're behaving poorly. And then you blamed it on her family trait, saying that her family, what did she say? They were like
beasts.
Monsters. Beast, girl, stop. I was like, that was too much. Robin, I like Robin, but to be honest with you, this reunion, she was doing too much of the theatrics. I felt like give somebody else the time to act up a little bit on the stage. Everybody. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she was just jumping up and running off. It was like she was giving Mariah with a crowd of, like, I don't know, Robins. Everybody was kind of like low key, low energy. And she was just going crazy up there. And I was just like, Robin. But there is a such thing. When you have a major depressive disorder, it's reoccurring. Like you said, you might be cool 1 month and then it comes back really hard. And then you might be cool for like 4 or 5 months and don't see anything. I don't know how much she shared with Crystal, but maybe Crystal looked at it like she's not on a medication, because she said she treats herself through yoga, but I really feel like she needs to get something prescribed, because she's a little unbalanced, even all the way down to that reunion. She just jumped out of her seat about some of that stuff you didn't have to jump out your seat about.
Yeah.
Tiana, I have to say this, she's a little preachy. Her going and sitting on her knees, tell us what you need. Girl, this is a grown woman. Stop. You're not your children. You're just doing too much. You're trying to be like, you want to have a moment to make yourself look like holier than thou. And I did see some shady moments with her this season. So I don't know if I can believe all that she's putting out. And I like Tiana, you know what I'm saying? Do I think it was colorism? No. I think that Kiana and Crystal, they walk around like their stuff doesn't stink. They play in the mud, but then when it doesn't go in their way, then they get upset and say they're too good for the whole situation. Crystal has said too many times this season how much her family is a certain like legacy and how much they are above the average Black folk. And she kind of talked down the Robin situation. She had a baby at 16. She kind of gave me like a classist elitist behavior when she talked about Robin. That's why I didn't think they were friends. And then same thing with Kiana. When she's online, she's talking about, I sold over 90 million, kind of insinuating that the other girls are not on her level. So I just got it as they think they're better. And when they came onto the set, they didn't realize that TV is totally different. TV goes with the wind, and if you're not giving up those moments like Robin, or if you're not playing into a certain character archetype, you're not going to win. So I think that's why they ran them off the show. It didn't work for their classist elitist behavior. So if we're going to talk about if it's anything, it's not colorism, it's classism and elitism, and they thought they were better than those girls, and it didn't work out in their favor. That was it. Ooh. So I'm done.
All right, Amy. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Have a nice one.
You too. Woo! Wow, y'all are going in this afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are talking about Ladies Who List Atlanta, the season 1 reunion. If you're watching the replay of this, let us know you're part of the replay crew and how you would rate this episode and what you thought of the reunion. All right, Gabriella, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Gabriella?
Bonjour, bonjour. Hello from Paris again. And it's night now, and I'm eating chips au fromage du Jura. It's French chips, very sexy with Conte about that. You know, French style. Also in the snacks. And I want to say about the fashion. I'm French. I live in Paris, and my eyes is crying about what I see of the dress. And I say one thing. All I can say, the most worst thing I can say to you, it's you're transparent, or you look like a ficus or a plant in a pot. It's my worst cursing you have to me always, Kempire. And I say one thing, the host is transparent like a pepper and like a plant. Like say Donatella Versace, she look like a vegetable. It's my worst thing, I can say that. She's the host. She can wear a black smoking, very sexy, with a décolleté, with nothing under, and she can be in this role. She look like a princess. No, she need to be a host. She need to have places, and she need to really, give a rhythm to the reunion. She doesn't do that to me.
Okay.
My first thing is that. And the dress, it's an expression of that. She needs to have a position. She doesn't have it with this position. She is beautiful in the dress, but not in this place.
Okay.
It's what I say. For the Robin, I love
Wrong
the look. And every girl have very good skin, good makeup, good, hair. But Robin, she knows it's a reunion. She makes with her fantasy. And other girl, all the outfit is good, but not for that. Not for this moment. All the girls need to have her fantasy, her exaggeration. I'm sorry, it's very difficult to me to say in English, but you know, the style. We need to see this fantasy, this phantasm of this woman. We don't see that. It's very sad to me to see that. To
Okay.
don't see that. And for the show, I was very sad. Like everyone, and producer, please listen to me. We need not more much business. We need to understand the rule of the real estate very good. I can accept to see a fight about the money because we understand this rules. We need to see empowerment in this woman, like Olivia Pope. I hope when I see the first episode to see a Olivia Pope woman with power, with her weakness, but this kind of woman, businesswoman. And
More business.
it's so much candy. Candy problem. No, it's a business, and it's why I was so sad after the interview of Tiana. She was gone because she says that we need business, not cotton things. We need to show black women with power, with capacity to work and to make money. We need modern, and I was so sad about that. They have the producer have the possibility to make a TV real show with so much, innovation in the idea of the storyline. We can mix really, business and and storyline of this life. We can have a really good equilibrium, and we don't have the equilibrium with this show for the first season. But what I say about Robin, I think she has ADHD, like so much people, and I see in the chat she said in her IG live she has ADHD. And about Crystal, where she has the time to make the t-shirt. Where? When?
Gabriella, we have quite a few more people to get to, but we appreciate you calling in all the way from Paris.
And so much thing to you, so much love, everyone. Bye bye. Bisous, bisous.
Bisous, bisous. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, in my opinion, I will bring you up. Let's go to in my opinion.
Hey, Kempire, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
Child, after that reunion, I'm telling you, Robin is the master manipulator. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, notice she's always saying, "Oh, I'm older. I hang around 60-year-olds and 70-year-olds and 50-year-olds." You mean to tell me them old women ain't told you can't be popping off like that? You need to get you some medication. You need to get that stuff treated. No, she's a master manipulator. She knows exactly what to do. You cannot hang with young kids and play the game with young kids and then hide under the umbrella that you have a disability. Yes, there are a lot of people that suffer with depression, but they don't use it as a crutch, and they don't say, "Oh, well, I got depression," to get out of every bad action that you do. Your actions is your actions. You have to treat the disability that you're having. Yes, it's a mental health issue, but if you don't treat it, then you're doing a disservice to yourself, and you're being a monster on purpose. We can't put that out there and say, "Oh, depression is a bad thing," because I've suffered with depression for a while. Okay. And yes, you have to get those medications regulated, and you have to go to therapy. And it ain't amount of yoga, Zen that you can do to get rid of depression and anxiety. It's just not. You got to go get treated for it. You got to have the right medication, and you got to take responsibility. I agree. Crystal is a hot mess too, but she's a young hot mess. You're sitting up here talking about something. You a mama with grown children, and you a hot mess. You should know better than this child. Teach your children. That's all, Kempire.
Thank you. In my opinion, we love it. All right. I think we had a little bit of a delay. Hold on one second. Let me just drop this. Okay. All right, guys, if you're just joining us, we are, of course, talking about Ladies Who List Atlanta. We are live on multiple platforms, of course, on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Don't forget, we will be live tonight around 10:15, 10:20 p.m. Eastern. That's what, 7:15 p.m. PST for the Candy and the Gang recap. So stay tuned for that. We're going to bring up some more calls. Callers, again, please just let me know who you are, where you're from, and quickly, one of the points. We don't have enough time to go through the entire episode, but the most important point that you would like to discuss. Okay. All right. Maya, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Maya?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to go on the point about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what most of people responding and callers are saying, that Robin reacted and she shouldn't left the stage and all. But when someone's attacking your mental health, your response is to run,
Mm-hmm.
because the fact you are trying to explain yourself and you get frustrated because no one is listening. And I really think during the episode, during the reunion, they weren't listening to Robin.
Mm-hmm.
They're more judging her. And Crystal didn't listen to her either. Crystal started to judging her, saying that, the trigger word. And when you have dealing with someone that has depression, you have to show compassion and you have to listen. And I just didn't see that. I see them attacking her. So I don't blame her for running off the stage, because it wasn't a place where she felt comfortable
Or safe.
or safe. You have to do that when you are dealing with mental health, depression, anxiety. She felt safe with Tiffany. That's because that was the reason why they became associates, not friends, but close, because she
Mm-hmm.
felt safe with her. And Tiffany felt safe with her too. So I
Mm-hmm.
just think that um, when you are, someone tells you they're dealing with depression, anxiety, childhood issues, trauma, you need to listen and not judge. And I think a lot of times Crystal was judging her. Of course, she's not going to tell you everything about her life. She's going to tell you bits and pieces at a time. But she was opening up to Crystal, and then Crystal shut her down. Robin is hurt. What you saw when she ran off the stage, that was pain. And I just want everybody to understand that, because we don't know her whole story. We don't know where it came from. We don't know her trauma. We don't know anything. We just know the tips of what she gives us and a little bits. I just hope and pray that she continues to open up, that this doesn't shut her down.
Mm.
And I pray that if they do come back for the next season, that they handle this with care, because I felt like some of them did not.
Yeah.
And that's just something I just want to point out, because I know callers don't like people and they have their opinions, but we have to look at the subject matter that we're dealing with, though.
Mm.
And I'm from North Carolina, by the way.
Thank you, Maya,
I
for
didn't
calling
say that.
in.
Okay. Have a
Have a great
great
rest of your day.
Sunday. You
You
too.
too.
Love
Bye
you. Bye bye.
bye. All right, we have quite a few people backstage. I'm going to try to get to everyone. Everyone, be respectful of the time and just get your point across. Let us know who you are, where you're calling from, and the most pressing thing that you would like to talk about. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Lady to List Atlanta, the reunion. All right. Benene, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Benene? You're muted, Benene. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited. Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, so number one, thank you so much for having me on. My name is Benene, and I'm from Arkansas. But basically, I had to go ahead and make my points. I didn't want to miss my. I was listening to everybody else. I didn't want to miss my spot. But really quick, I just want to start off. This host, Miss Tanika Ray, Miss Mamas, I feel like they're trying to force her on us. I just don't. She was on the Ready to Love reunion as well, and I mean, I can appreciate it, but I just feel like there's just some kind of disconnect going. Whenever she's asking these questions, which is exactly why Robin had to shut her down real quick. Whenever she made that little comment. I mean, at the end of the day, Miss Tanika Ray, you look good, girl. You was fine. You are the host with the hostess with something. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it's just given what it should be given on this show. Okay, number two, Tiana. Tiana be going off. Okay, y'all. When Tiana go off, she remind me so much of Mimi Faust from Love and Hip Hop. She be talking real hard. And I be like, oh my God, girl, she be intense with her words. But anyway, really, I just wanted to say, like, Robin is my girl. I really kind of do like Robin. I like her fashions. Like, she was really serving the looks all season, y'all. That black ensemble with the pearls, OMG, it was given. But anyway, so basically, I feel like Robin is just okay. when y'all see her on TV, I mean, to me, she looks really small. So I feel like she kind of got, when she feels threatened, it don't take much for her to feel threatened. So when she starts standing up, it's because, she little. So she got to feel like she got to stand up a little bit and start turning up. And I get that. But at the same time, I feel like Crystal was, like, people was talking about colorism and everything like that. And I don't feel like colorism is always the case. I mean, I'm somebody that experienced colorism. I don't feel like that's the case for this, especially because Crystal is so beautiful. Like, she is gorgeous, okay? That face, the skin, the hair, everything. But I just feel like that's not the case for this. I feel like Crystal was literally the villain, and we understand, like, the stereotypes that come with being a lawyer and everything like that. But I feel like she kind of played on that as, like, the character. Like, that was, like, her character in this season. And I feel like it was kind of like she was like throwing the rock and hiding her hand. Like, she kind of knew what she was doing to her and everything like that, and she was really talking to her condescendingly. And I think that that's what really made Robin upset, make her just jump outside her little bones and everything.
Okay. All right, but Nene, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, we're going to wow. How does the backstage get so full? It's all right. Backstage, we're going to get to everyone, but everyone be respectful of the time. Get your point across. Let us know who you are, where you're calling from. Florence, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Florence?
Hey, Kempire. Happy Sunday.
Sunday.
So I'll just be quick to the point. I don't understand. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Florence. I'm here from Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Yay.
I don't understand how Robin continues to get away with standing up and being in someone's face when she's having an argument. She has done that twice. She did that when they were having the little dinner party over on Crystal, which today I don't understand how Crystal just stood there and took it, but whatever. And then she tried to do it again at the reunion with Kira. I don't know where she comes from, but in my neck of the woods, you stand up on me like that, I'm standing up and my fists are ready. I'm not going to listen to what you're going to say, and we might have a situation. That is very rude. You're in my little personal space in an aggressive manner, and therefore we might have a little situation. And I feel like if that had been Krista or Kiana that stood up, or one of the darker skinned ladies who stood up in that aggressive manner, we would have seen them called aggressive. We would have seen them call out their names the same way they do with Candace. Granted, Candace has a mouth, but I will always say, Candace, don't start it, but you start with me, we're going to finish it. So that's all I have to say. That's why I can't deal with Robin. And if she's going to be the main focus of the show next season, I'm going to have to bow out. I need to see some real estate, and I need to see some professionalism. That's all. You have a good Sunday, Kempire.
Thank you, Florence. Thank you so much for calling in. I mean, Florence said the truth. We want to see more real estate. At the end of the day, yeah, there's little squabbles between the ladies. Okay, we can add that in. However, I think we all can agree and be on the same page. We want to see more real estate and not pictures of real estate. We want to see inside we want to be in the closets. We want to see look, and it doesn't have to be $1 million homes. We just like looking at real estate, even stuff that we might be able to afford. Just saying. All right. Speaking of real estate, one of our favorite real estate agents from the area is on the line. Adrian, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I'm good. Yeah, I can hear you. I want to apologize to everyone in advance. My husband's not here to watch my boys, so they're turning up in the background. If you hear them, he's on a plane. I think he's landing on LaGuardia in like a minute, so he should be back. But my sons are turning all the way up. So real quick. Okay, so this is what happened. So I didn't watch the show like I wanted to. But I did catch a couple of episodes, and I think I got a pretty good idea of who the different characters are and whatnot. So I'm gonna try to get to this real quick. First of all, with the reunion, we talked about the looks. Okay, back in my pageant days, I was Miss Black New York 2009. Black in my pageant days, I remember like it was yesterday. You always put those chocolate browner skin girls in those bright colors. It pops on those stage lights. Remember Tisha had on that orange at the reunion? Everybody's like, oh my gosh, she looks so pretty. She looks pretty. Those colors pop on brown skin. That's why you don't ever put no brown skin girl with something muted. You always put her in that like that. Yeah, that what the people call it Tiffany blue. Anything like that is going to show up so much more on their skin under them lights. So I just wanted to say that. Robin is too old to be acting like that. I feel like, and I said this before when I first called in, I could tell from the first episode, I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna like her. And I was right. I understand mental health. It is very serious, especially in the Black community. We need to be taking it more seriously. and taking the steps to get any type of help we need. A lot of times we kind of want to do, oh, well, we could just pray it away, or, you know, just talk to somebody, or just go to church. But we need to take some serious steps. If you got to go sit on somebody's couch, then go do that. Go talk to a professional and get whatever the help is that you need. One thing that I have a problem with is somebody that old that doesn't have any coping mechanisms yet, right? Like I would expect somebody to be a little bit underdeveloped in their 20s, maybe even early 30s, not 40 something. You should be able to cope by now. And if you can't, then go get some help. You're making all this money, everybody balling, and go get, you know, go work that out with a psychologist. And I mean that, I'm not trying to be funny, but I think that we keep using mental health as a way to kind of explain away bad behavior and almost give an excuse for, oh, well, that's their mental health, that they're going through this or going through that. I agree with Florence 100%. Look, I'm 5'2". I'm little. You jump up in my face like that, we're gonna have a problem. Think about it, Kempire. There's a reason why you can't charge at police officers like that. Legally, that's taken as a threat. You know what I'm saying? When you enter into somebody's personal space like that with that type of aggressive, police say that all the time. Oh, well, the person had an aggressive posture. We're like, what does that mean? The way you came at them, you entered their personal space in an aggressive manner. Like, look, we saw what happened with Candace, and we done wore that horse out to death. But like, yeah, you do that kind of stuff when you jump bad at people like that. Look, you might get a fist or something to the face. What are you gonna do? The colorism thing. Let me talk about this real quick. There's a quick way to nip all this in the bud. You need to be holding these light-skinned chicks accountable in the moment, and not on social media, and not tagging producers with all this commentary. Why wasn't this talked about? No, do it in the moment. This chick just jumped at you in your face, and you know good and well she was darker. She'd have been called all aggressive. So call it out in the moment. Don't talk about it on social media after. I'm talking about the cast. Not the, I mean, obviously the viewers, we don't see it until it airs, but the cast, right? See it in the moment.
Here's the thing in regards to that. The cast aren't the ones saying that there was colorism. It's the viewers that were saying
okay, got you. Well, I got to go back and look at the whole thing with Tiana, because one thing I did see from her, the one thing that bothered me with her is, if you're going to be in this space, these are your professional colleagues. So no, you can't come with an air of I'm above all this, because you're not. If you all are running around servicing the same type of clients, like I know the one, somebody's husband's in the NFL, so whatever, but if you guys are servicing that level, you're going to see them. You're going to run into them, because you're going to end up being on either side of the transaction. They might have Carter, sit down. They might have a client or a buyer, or, you know, whatever. So you can't be smug like that. She's talking about she sold 90 million. I ain't trying to count nobody's money, but that's a pretty coin. She sold 90 million, like in her whole career. That's a pretty coin. Just for reference, every 1 million is about 35,000 after all the split. So $100 million would be maybe 2.5. I don't know what the splits are in Georgia, but 100 million would be like, yeah, like 2.5 million in total commission. So yeah, that was a pretty nice coin. But the mommy shaming thing. So let me talk on this for a second. I can empathize and understand, because I've been through that. My husband and I went through it took me 3 years to get pregnant with our first time. So it's not something that just happens automatically. And I think a lot of Black women, we still have a lot of issues with talking about that and being honest about fertility, right? But one thing that I didn't do when I was going through my situation, I didn't put that burden on other people to tippy-toe around me and can't talk about certain things just because I was in the room. You can't internalize stuff like that to the point where now everybody around you got to be on eggshells, because, you know, and I don't believe that whatever the comment was about, oh, you don't understand. I don't believe that was done with intention. I think sometimes we need to listen to the conversation for what it is. Like I just said, I've been in the house for about 5-6 days with my son while my husband is traveling. My single girlfriends with no kid don't know that life. They don't. It's not shaming, but they have no idea. They're able to get up and move it. I can't do that because my husband's not here and we ain't from here. We don't have no help. So I couldn't do anything while he was gone. My single girlfriends with no children, if they would have called me and be like, hey, Adrian, what's up? We about to meet up. I'd be like, girl, I got the boys. I can't. Oh, why you can't? Girl, I'm a mom. I can't. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not to shame you. It's just my situation is different. But you can't stop. Mommy's on the phone. But you can't Carter slapped you in the eye. Okay, go. Don't hit him back.
Life of a mother.
Do you see what I'm saying? So, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't internalize things where it's like now no one can talk around you because, you know, you're somehow taken as, and I understand people being triggered. Things can trigger, and whatever those issues are your issues that you're going to have to work out internally, but you can't make it so it's uncomfortable to even be around you because you're going to take anything people say, in a negative way. That I just feel like we need to work on that. Those of us who have gone through fertility issues. It's hard when you feel like, as a woman, especially when you find your dream man, you get married, and you feel like the baby is like the next logical thing after the wedding. And then when that doesn't happen, it's hard. Psychologically, emotionally, it is. But I'll just end with, for the real estate thing, not only do I want to see more real estate, I want to see more different types of transactions, because what they show on these, I feel like $1 Million Listing does a little bit better with this. But what I've seen on all these shows, everything's very glamorous, right? They talk about it. Okay, they're going to show you the open house. You're going to go through and see all these wonderful, beautiful homes and everything. But they don't talk about the complex transactions. Why in the world are y'all at a 10-hour closing?
Yeah.
Somebody explain that.
I wish
should
they
have
would
been.
have dug deeper into that.
Yeah, exactly. Why in the world that's not normal?
Yeah.
That's what should be on television. That's something that's completely not normal for a closing. Why in the world were y'all there for 10 hours? I would have wanted to know the backstory on that. And like I said, or a pitch meeting. Go to a pitch meeting where the owner thinks that their house is worth way more than it actually is, and somebody needs to film the agent bringing that owner down out the clouds.
Yeah.
That's
we've been
some
saying
good
this the
TV.
entire recap of the season, but look, it is what it is. Adrian, I gotta let you go, but
feel you, love.
I appreciate you being.
I know I've been gone for a minute, but I do listen in. But I'm gonna be back for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I know you're gonna hit 100,000 when that. I think was it next week. I know you're gonna hit it, babe.
Thank you so much.
All right, honey. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, guys, don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. We are talking about, I'm about to say Love and Marriage because she just said Love and Marriage. No, we are talking about Ladies Who List Atlanta. If you're watching the replay of this, I want to know your thoughts on this episode. And don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. We're going to take these last couple of callers. Be short and to the point. Okay? Short and to the point. I mean it. I'm going to cut you off. All right. Tress Love, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Tress?
Hey, Kempire. How are you? Happy
how are you?
Good. Okay, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Okay, so first of all, Tanika Ray, I was a little bothered by the comment when she made the mothers are on this side and then the non-mothers on the other side. I didn't like that because that kind of fed into the whole mommy shaming thing. I didn't understand the point of her saying that. Okay, so that was number one. Number two, I don't know if you all remember, but the first episode when everybody was kind of giving their backstory and how they know this person, Crystal mentioned that her and Robin had different backgrounds. And I kind of just feel like both of them went into this friendship for the wrong reason. Crystal kind of went into, I have a different background from her, and then she has these issues, these mental, not necessarily mental issues, but maybe mentally unstable in a sense. I don't know. And I think she kind of feeds off of that. She was doing that in their meeting. Robin, stop it. You're triggered. Stop it. Like she comes off as she's trying to be the peacemaker in the friendship. And then she kind of feeds off of that. Robin, I feel like it kind of comes off in the sense that she fed off of, I'm the one who can bring the boys to the yard. That's why she has me as her friend. Or she thought that maybe I wanted her man. I don't know. It just seems like they both went into this friendship for the wrong reasons. And to me, that's why we are where we are with them. Just my opinion. Have a good day.
You too, Tress. Thank you so much for calling in.
Bye.
I noticed that a lot of people that called in, they had some kids in the background. I love it. We're talking about it, so why not? Guys, we're going to take one more caller, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the Ladies Who List Atlanta reunion. All right, Megan, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Megan?
Hey, Kempire. Thank you for taking my call.
Of course. What's going on?
Nothing. So I'm calling from Atlanta, and basically, I just kind of want to break up this whole thing with the colorism, because I just think that Crystal's a mean girl that, like, across the board, she kind of came into it with like this princess attitude, and that's fine for her. But I do feel like she did kind of take a few digs at Robin, and I felt like she was kind of always picking on her because she feels like, I don't know, maybe she feels like she's better than her in a way. That's the way it kind of comes across. And I feel like she feels like way across the board, because that whole beast comment that she was talking about during the reunion was like, what? Like, and everybody was like, no. And she was kind of like shook that nobody was really, I guess, feeding into the crap that she was kind of trying to sell everybody. So I think that's just that. And as far as mom shaming, I'm a mother of 3 and I had my first child when I was 16. I'm going to tell you, it's sometimes ghetto here. It's really, really, really sometimes a long life journey. It's thankless, it's selfless, and it's hard. And I have a lot of single friends who, like another caller was saying, when they call me, my whole life is full of just the kids and running around and doing all that type stuff. And they don't take it personally when I go, hey girl, I can't come. I have kids, whatever, whatever. I do think it's always very individualistic about if they want to have kids and they're not able to. I think that stems from jealousy. I think that may come from envy. I did feel like Crystal was very envious of some of the women on the cast, even Robin, even though Robin doesn't have this picture perfect life like she had. Something about some of the ladies on the cast really bothered her, and that's why she acted the way she acted. And I just want for us as women, especially Black women, to stop every time we all get in a group. If there is a darker skinned woman who happens to be a little bit flawed in her character, it's not always colorism because we're calling her out. Because just like I look at like Real Housewives of Potomac, and I really can't stand Giselle because she's a mean girl. Mean girls are just mean girls. That's just what it is. So that's pretty much all I got. I'm really not going to delve too much into it. It was more so like the reunion and the way they were trying to, and Tamika was trying to kind of like not patronize, but kind of sympathize with Crystal because she knew that Crystal was. That's the way it looked to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of looking into it too deeply, but I don't know. That's pretty much all I got.
Megan, before I let you go, do you want to see a second season though?
I do. I really do. And I really wish Kiana would have came back. I think that Kiana, honestly, I love Kiana. She's a boss. And I really wanted her to kind of hear her side about what it was that she was feeling in that moment at the ranch. But the rest of the ladies, I'm excited. I want to see some more. I really do want to see some more real estate because I live in Atlanta. And we do have a big place for real estate or whatever. I know some people who are real estate agents myself. So that is a thing. And I just want to see more of that and less of this cattiness.
Okay. All right. Megan, we appreciate you calling in.
No problem. Have a good weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye. And there you have it. I do want to say thank you to Ann for the super chat. Ann says, hiya from Monaco. Oh, I love it. Host was hard. Team Robin. Hashtag shimmy. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Conchita says, new season, new energy, please. Look, we've had a lot of heavy conversation today. A lot of heavy conversation from colorism to mom shaming. But one of the things that we've been saying about Ladies Who List Atlanta is that we want to see more real estate. We want to see more professionalism. We understand in reality TV, you have to add a little bit of the internal drama. We get that. But very much like the ladies, by the end of the first few episodes, we were like, are we going to see real estate? And no, I don't want to see 2 pieces of real estate per episode. This is an hour show. I want to see 4. And we also don't want to just see real estate. We want to see the struggles that happen when it comes to getting a deal. Maybe the ladies battling over a property or a developer. Those are things that happen in real estate. Let's see it. We're not asking for you to be anything like $1 Million Listing, but one thing that they do have right is that we get to see a lot more real estate than we do see the agents or developers or the brokers fighting. Okay, so let's lean more into that for season 2. And I think you will have a fantastic season. Although with all that criticism, we still enjoyed Ladies Who List Atlanta. I want to see what can happen in Atlanta, but I also want to see what can happen in another city. Speaking of another city, I want to hear from you guys in the replay crew, but also in our live chat. What city do you want to see Ladies Who List come to next? The producers are watching, clearly, and we thank them for watching because we like to be heard, right? We like to be heard. I, of course, want New York because I know New York has some really fancy, smashy real estate and a lot of big characters. But before we come to New York, I'd like to, look, I feel like y'all not ready for New York yet. Y'all not ready for New York. Oh, Sugar Sweet says New York. Okay. Oh, Oakland, California. That's interesting. Danielle says DMV. Kemple says DC. So same area. Okay. A lot of people are saying DMV. Okay. Foxy says drama too, please. Of course. We want a little bit of that. Boxster Girl says, I'm really loving Parisian Agency. On Netflix. Talk about real estate family. It has it all. Really? Thank you for that. I'm going to have to check that out and add it to my to-do list. Chicago or San Fran. Okay. Houston. Okay. I'm open to all of them. CRQ says, love the show. Yes, we definitely need a second season. Let me see. Did I see any other? Oh, wait. Okay. I want a LA. Oh, Ladies Who List Brooklyn or DMV. Look, we could just make it Ladies Who List New York City. But if it's Brooklyn, I'm happy with that. I'm already asking for Love and Marriage Brooklyn, but look, some of you aren't on board with that. Exactly, Portia. This is exactly why I said we need to wait on New York. The show's budget ain't ready for New York. So we'll work our way up. We can go to Chicago. We can go to DMV. We'll work our way up to New York, but you know where my heart is. Miami's a good choice. I like Miami. I'm rewatching Real Housewives of Miami season 2. Lord have, how come Anne's not? I want Anne to come back, or Anna. I can't remember her name. I liked her family. Anyways, I'm digressing. Speaking of digressing, don't forget Love and Marriage Huntsville. You're welcome, Carlos. Is coming back to a new season on March 19th. So you know what that means. We're going to be recapping it this time every single Sunday. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, Kempire Radio. A link is available at kempireradio.com for your Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that available at kempireradio.com. I know there was an issue with the link last week, but stay tuned for that and stay tuned for more coming to the podcast this week. I might be revealing some stuff that you don't know anywhere else. Just saying. Vegas. Some people are saying Vegas. All right. Charlotte. Okay. Houston. We saw that already. All right. Guys, as always, I appreciate everyone calling in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com. Tonight, we will be going live for Candy and the Gang recap. It will be a members-only live chat. We do that at least once a month. So be sure to become a member at teamkempire.com. Regardless, you will have an opportunity to call in, member or not member, but also subscribe to the channel. See, you're missing out on daily and consistent content here. And again, of course, don't forget to show love to our mods and show love to each other. We talked about some heavy stuff this afternoon, but it is Sunday. So go release some of that heavy stuff with a workout, with some meditation, with some good food. And I'll see you guys tonight. Our watch party at 9:15 p.m. Eastern for Candy and the Gang. And then right afterwards, we're going to be here on YouTube recapping the show as well. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for liking the video. And hold on, where are we? All right, guys, let's get to 350 likes. We have almost 500 people watching. Let's get to 350 likes. And I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to play some music and we're going to get out of here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Bye. Oh, wait. Mocha says your podcast last week was fire. Thank you. Guys, I'm talking about a little bit of hot topics, but I'm talking personal stuff. I'm talking about other stuff that they don't talk about anywhere else. Kempire Radio on all major podcast platforms. Let's get out of here. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. All right.